Is this true? Great news! Recently, BYD acquired a roll-on/roll-off ship capable of carrying 7,000 vehicles. This marks the official establishment of its ocean-going fleet, with exports expected to surpass 600,000 next year. After experiencing a surge in domestic sales, BYD has set its sights on overseas markets and has already entered multiple countries and regions in Asia, Europe, North America, and South America. Due to the limited number of its overseas factories, a significant portion of its vehicle models must be exported, leading to the demand for BYD's own maritime transportation ships. As a result, BYD has decided to build its own fleet for international voyages. This year marks the outbreak of BYD's exports, but due to insufficient overseas shipping capacity, many overseas orders have been cancelled. Currently, BYD still needs to lease roll-on/roll-off and car carrier ships from other shipping companies. Not only is there a lack of capacity, but the rental costs are also high. Over the past 3 months, BYD's car exports have exceeded 25,000 units each month, with October surpassing 30,000 units. BYD has spent a considerable amount on shipping costs. In contrast to the exports of Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, and BMW, which are mainly transported through their own shipping routes, BYD is also taking on the task of external maritime transportation. This not only allows for significant cost savings but, more importantly, greatly expands its shipping capacity. Seizing this excellent opportunity, in Brazil, Israel, Malaysia, New Zealand, Thailand, and other places, BYD's Yuan Plus, Dolphin, and Sea Lion have consecutively taken the local new energy vehicle sales champion for several months, outselling Tesla by far. As a leading enterprise in China's new energy vehicle industry, BYD has always adhered to the principle of technology is king. Innovation is fundamental. It has continuously expanded its presence in the broader overseas market, gradually winning the trust and recognition of consumers at home and abroad. It is predicted that BYD's exports will exceed 250,000 in 2023 and 600,000 in 2024, enough to compete with second-tier players such as Honda, Nissan, and Ford. BYD recently acquired a roll-on/roll-off ship at a giant port in China. Valued at $200 million, affluent car owners across the country have been flaunting and celebrating the arrival of the million-dollar high-end luxury new energy off-road vehicle, the Yuan Plus. For the manufacturer BYD, there has been no idle time. In order to reduce shipping costs and improve transportation efficiency, BYD spent $5 billion last year to order 8 roll-on/roll-off ships. Finally, the first ship has been delivered. The Yuan Plus is being loaded for export. This ship was custom-built for BYD by CSSC International. 2 of the 8 ships were manufactured by CSSC International. The ship has a total length of 199.9 meters, a width of 38 meters, a design draft of 9 meters, a design speed of 18.5 knots, and uses a dual-fuel propulsion system with natural gas, LNG/fuel to meet the requirements of smart ships. It is the first to be equipped with a battery system, shaft generators, energy-saving devices, drag-reducing and anti-fouling paint, and various energy-saving measures, making it a green, intelligent, environmentally friendly, and efficient car carrier. The ship uses liquefied natural gas and dual-fuel propulsion, with each ship capable of carrying 7,000 new energy vehicles. It is reported that the other 6 ships manufactured by the Yantai shipyard are expected to be delivered in the near future. With its own fleet of transport ships, there is no need to worry about tight shipping capacity, and reaching the export target of 600,000 vehicles next year is already a sure thing. The project plans to build a total of 2 ships, with BYD as the ultimate cargo owner, which will break the long-standing bottleneck situation of European shipping companies and ensure the stable supply of BYD's new energy vehicle exports. In other words, the shipyards in Yantai and Guangzhou will build up to 10 roll-on/roll-off ships for BYD, and with them, BYD's path to the sea will undoubtedly be smoother. Automotive companies are placing orders for car carrier ships, mainly due to factors such as increased car export volume and high shipping costs. Some car companies are now working with shipping companies to secure shipping capacity and broaden their future development paths. On January 22, the South Korean media, the Donghae-ilbo, published an article stating that innocent Korean car manufacturers were affected by the surge in Chinese car exports. With a shortage of ships for export to Europe, companies like Renault Korea and SsangYong Motor either faced exorbitant shipping fees or couldn't even find transportation vessels, thus delaying their shipping times, according to reports, at the beginning of the Chinese New Year in 2023. CSSC International, a subsidiary of China Shipbuilding Corporation, announced that it had received orders for 4 more pure car and truck carrier (PCTC) ships, including 2 dual-fuel PCTCs for BYD Group, capable of carrying 7,000 cars each, and 2 dual-fuel PCTCs for H-Line Shipping, capable of carrying 8,600 cars each. Currently, CSSC International holds orders for 19 dual-fuel PCTC ships, firmly establishing itself as the global leader. With no room in the car carrier, container transport has become the best solution for car exports. The roll-on/roll-off ship market for car export transportation is experiencing a surge, with many car companies reporting a shortage of car carrier space, and the problem of imbalanced supply and demand for shipping capacity urgently needs to be addressed. Roll-on/roll-off ships are not only expensive but also difficult to secure space on. What can be done about this? The scarcity of roll-on/roll-off (RoRo) ships has caused freight rates to increase by about 8 times. The market is indeed quite crazy. Why has it become like this? Car-carrying RoRo ships are relatively niche and specialized vessels, with few in number. They are generally dominated by a few foreign shipowners, and domestic companies have little say, making it difficult to secure cargo space. Most of the shipping capacity of Japanese and South Korean car shipping companies is tied to their own country's automotive manufacturers, prioritizing the export of their own country's cars. Only when there is excess capacity will they consider stopping at domestic ports. For example, the measurement volume of a small car is calculated at around 14 cubic meters. The freight to export to the Middle East has already risen to around 10,000 yuan, squeezing profit margins significantly. In reality, the rise in freight rates alone is not enough to cause too much trouble. The real headache is the inability to secure cargo space. The capacity for exporting new cars from the manufacturers is insufficient, and there is no space left for second-hand cars. It's impossible to secure cargo space and can only wait in line. Several car freight forwarding companies have stated that they can only secure space on ships departing more than 10 days or even half a month later. A representative of a car company stated that in the past, new car exports generally selected nearby ports, since the RoRo ship market was a buyer's market. Car companies would request quotes and choose the lowest bidder among freight forwarders. However, it is now a seller's market, and cars are transported to whichever port has available cargo space. In addition to the increased sea freight costs, the costs of land transportation have also risen significantly. International organizations' data also confirm this trend. According to recent data released by the UK shipbuilding and shipping industry analysis firm Clarkson, the one-year charter rates for car carrier vessels have risen to $90,000 per day, an increase of about 8 times compared to the low points of the past 2 years. International organizations generally believe that the current car carrier vessel capacity is structurally scarce, and by 2023, the car carrier vessel rates may rise to $125,000 per day, or even reach a high of $150,000 per day. This has compressed the profit margins of car manufacturers, and the primary issue is that even under these circumstances, they still struggle to secure shipping space. Another issue to consider is the comparison between sea transport and rail transport for shipping cars. Experts have also calculated that for sea transport from Shanghai to the port of Tel Aviv in Israel, the average freight cost per vehicle is 15,000 renminbi, while for rail transport on the China-Europe freight train from Shanghai to Moscow, the freight cost for a single vehicle is at least 20,000 renminbi, which is enough to buy 2 first-class air tickets for the same distance. Some people say the cost of shipping a car is already equivalent to the marginal profit of building a car this year. There is a severe shortage of car carrier vessel capacity, leading to congested logistics, a 300% increase in freight costs, and difficulty in securing shipping space. Global car manufacturers are all paying high costs for transportation in order to ship cars and address the high expenses, and they are trying every possible means in order to address the transportation issue. Car manufacturers have also started to venture into shipbuilding and becoming shipowners. Containerization may become an important solution for shipping complete vehicles. In addition to car carrier vessels, people can also place cars in containers and then transport them via regular cargo ships or trains. However, this method is more expensive than car carrier vessels and is suitable for small-scale, flexible transportation needs. After all, it is much more convenient to drive cars directly into the ship's hold than to secure 2 or 3 cars in a 40-foot container. Containers are likely to become an important solution for shipping complete vehicles in the near future. The current shortage of car carrier vessel capacity is unlikely to see substantial changes in the short term, so it is recommended that car manufacturers explore multiple transportation channels such as sea transport, rail transport, and even road transport, and flexibly adopt these channels. Exporting cars in containers has become the norm for current car exports and may be the optimal solution at present. According to the Shanghai Yangshan Port Inspection Station of the Shanghai Customs, during the 7-day National Day holiday alone, international cargo vessels carrying export vehicles docked at the Yangshan port every day, with a total of over 15,000 cars shipped for export, of which new energy vehicles accounted for over 80% recently. A responsible person from the Ministry of Commerce stated that they are actively coordinating the transportation of cars via the China-Europe freight train, and are also working with the Transportation Department to support shipping companies in innovating transportation methods by adding specialized frameworks to multi-purpose vessels for transporting cars. This has to some extent alleviated the tight capacity situation for car exports. On November 25, a China-Europe freight train, Wuhan, carrying 100 Dongfeng Eolus new energy vehicles departed from the Wuhan Central Station of China Railway United and exited the country through the Iranhot port, with a total transportation time of approximately 18 to 20 days.